All right, so welcome back. I'm going to do a video today on three really great pairs of wireless Bluetooth headphones. And I did a video before on a couple of pairs and three of them, and I've got some updates, but these are truly three of the finest right here. So brand new, we've got the Beoplay by Bang and Olufsen, the anniversary edition H95. We've got the Microsoft Surface Headphones 2, and we've got the Sony WH-1000X M4. And so I hope you'll be interested in hearing the results. I'm going to talk about comparing these three in terms of design, comfort, functionality, connectivity, sound, both from music and call and video, and noise cancellation, and then cost. So Jenny is saying hello. And before we begin, of course, I always do a little bit of a boot check. I have some videos on boots if you're interested. So these are some really nice custom-made boots, alligator belly by Hanson Exotics out of California. My friend Abe out there makes these, and they're just fantastic. So check out Hanson Exotics if you're interested. And we'll also fire up a cigar here to have a discussion, and then I'll open up these cases, and we'll talk about these really nice pairs of headphones and go through some of the differences here. But the cigar I'm going to get out is Padron, and so for those that know of Padron, Nicaraguan cigars, some of the finest cigars. I normally smoke their anniversary series. This is one of their sort of their regular lines, but also just an excellent smoke. So let's light that up and put us in a good mood to talk about these headphones. So I did a video comparing the Sonys to the Jabras, and the Jabra Elite 85H. And at the end of that second part of the video, I actually recommended the Jabra slightly over the Sonys, partly based on price, but I'm taking back that recommendation. What happened was the Jabras, I just continued to have problems when I was hooking into my PC to do Zoom meetings, and then I found a lot of things online that I wish I would have known before. It said that the Jabras are just not really set up to do PC connection. They're just not great at it. The connection's not very good, and so so I got rid of the Jabras because I gotta use these headphones both for work and for pleasure. Jabras are great over the phone, have tremendous numbers of microphones, and sound great to the recipient of the call, but the functionality is not there. So let's talk about these three. So first of all, the Sonys. So I dealt with the Sony WH-1000 MX4, and those were really, they're the most highly regarded from an audio standpoint. And so I'm really interested to see how they match up here to the Microsoft Surface, which I've been told has the best functionality and connectivity, to the brand new released Bang & Olufsen Beoplay H95. They're very high priced, but they're an anniversary model, supposed to be the best in sound. So here's what I found. Let me pull them out so we'll show a little bit of the differences. They all use apps, and so like in the Sony's, talks about setting up with the app, and so you want to do that. There's my receipt there for Best Buy, because I can tell you right now, unfortunately, the Sonys are going to go back. They just well, we'll get into that. So here's how the Sonys come. Really nice presentation. Um, the carrying case is the smallest of the three, and so it does fit well if you're going boarding a plane. And the headphones are nice looking. They're plastic, but they're pretty pliable. And got a nice bronze the Sony emblem there. So there's your Sonys to start off. The Microsoft Surface are really nice too. A thinner box or a thinner carrying case, but much larger. They don't fold up, so the Sonys kind of fold, and so do the Beoplays, and so they come with their accessories too, just like the Sonys. They're all about the same accessory wise. And the Microsofts are nice. The padding's a little thicker than on the Sonys, but they're both very comfortable. I'll get into that in a moment. So good looking headphones here, and then you get sort of the crown prince, the Beoplay from Bang & Olufsen. So everything starts out from the case, the packaging. You even get a nice, for the extra money, you get a cleaning cloth. How about that? But the case is solid. It's a hard case, and everything about these is just presentation. It's beautiful. You can see the aluminum cans, very nice, and they fold in there. And then one of the really nice things that I like about the Beoplays is that they actually have lambskin cushions. And so does it make a difference? A little bit. I think, the other cushions are very nice and soft, but I think in terms of heat resistance, and against you're going to wear these. I may wear these for 6, 7, 8 hours a day. It's kind of nice having a natural fabric there, and so I did enjoy that. Much more solidly built, heavier, no doubt. And so, how do they feel in terms of comfort? So design, I would say they're all really nice, but the B&O have to be the leader there, just because of the craftsmanship that they put into it. Sorry about that. All right. So let's see. So we've got, in terms of comfort, the B&Os, like I said, they are the heaviest of the headphones, but they're not uncomfortable. I wore these for many hours. They're comfortable. Like I said, the lambskin, I like that. They fit firm, tight. So no issues with the extra weight. I think just fantastic headphone. Next, the Microsoft Surface 2s have a little bit bigger of a head foam there, and fit firm. They're also very comfortable. Maybe the least amount of padding on the top, but don't really notice it. And a little thicker on the padding, like I said. So I do like those. I think they're also very comfortable. And then the Sonys, I would say these are best in class in terms of comfort. They're just something about their design, and they're the loosest fitting, but they don't come off. And so I don't know, something about the lightness, the padding, the design, I would say I would give an edge to the Sonys, although all of these are very nice in design. So what about the functionality? Well, here's something that's interesting. The Sonys have this way of switching songs by going back and forth and volume up and down. it's really rather annoying. When it comes right down to it, it doesn't always pick it up. It sometimes thinks you're wanting to turn the volume down, and it moves the song ahead. And so I'm not thrilled about that. Um, the noise canceling has a button over here, and you can hit that, and it works really well. I do like the Sonys that kind of adapt, and they have some pretty cool features to them. So if you are listening to music or on a call and somebody's coming in to talk to you, you can simply put your hand over this and it will reduce the volume greatly in there. And so I do like that piece of the functionality, but both the Beoplays and the Microsofts have, I think, a better functionality because they have a rotating dial. So over here I can rotate the dial and go back to turning volume up and down if need be. I can also do the same thing with functionality on the noise canceling, up, down, to cancel more noise, bring more outside noise in. And so it's very easy to do. They all have this sort of tap, and you can answer the call, hang up the call, that type of thing. Everything seems to work pretty well there. A big edge, though, to the Microsoft Surface 2, one thing that they do, they also have, like the B&O, they have the ability of the dial to turn up and down and adjust the noise canceling. But what they have that these others two don't, and I don't know why they don't, it has a mute button. You can hit this button and mute yourself. And I find that very convenient for a number of reasons. So, I may get up, I may go to the refrigerator, I may do something, and I may be on a call or on a Zoom call, and I just want to hit that mute. These other two don't have that. You got to mute on the computer, and that's not nearly as convenient because I may mute while I'm going out into the kitchen. Somebody says something and I want to talk, so I just unmute and I can do that. But if I had to come back and hit the computer, it defeats the purpose. So functionality, actually the Surface are the best in terms of that. What else are the Surface the best at? By far, best in class for connectivity. So you can hook up multiple devices at the same time with the Surface. You can also seamlessly transfer from going on a call to Zoom, to the computer, a program, to your music. It kind of intuitively knows what you are wanting to listen to when you go onto that program or open that music application, and it switches, and it does a great job at that. That's really important to me, to have that ability to switch. And you can have multiple devices. All three of these can have at least two devices going at once. The Microsoft, you can have more than that. And so that's not as important as just the seamless switching. So the Beoplay, I had some issues with being on a phone call versus then going on a video conference, and it didn't. And there was some interference, so I actually had to shut off my phone Bluetooth so that it wouldn't have interference. And so the seamless piece of that is just not there. So connectivity, they get dinged on that. The Sonys are a little better than the Beoplays, the Bang & Olufsen, but certainly not as seamless as the Microsoft Surface. So they do a pretty good job with that. Again, much better than, my goodness, the Jabras. I just can't believe Jabras being sort of a business-oriented headphone. Don't work well on a PC. It blows my mind. So connectivity, certainly that's where the Surface shines. Sound. So how do they sound? A lot of videos about the sound out there. A lot of videos about the Sonys being the best in class. Well, let me tell you. The B&Os are better, significantly better. And so if you've had the Sonys and you really like the sound, that may be fine. But if you think there's a little something missing, what's missing is found in the B&Os. And so the Bang & Olufsen, the Beoplay anniversary model 95s are just fantastic sound. They're the only headphones that I put on without having to adjust the equalizer, and they sound great. Adjusting the equalizer, they sound even better. They're best in class. Now you're paying for that. That's what you're paying for. It's expensive. They're quite a bit more expensive, and we'll get into cost. But the sound, yeah, there's a difference. Now, what is the difference between the sound between the Surface and the Sonys? The Sony's better, as you would expect, but the Surface is pretty good. Certainly doable. I'm not a fan of bass, and so Sonys are kind of known to have that thundering bass. So, in some songs, some ways, I actually enjoy the Surface sound a little better. It doesn't have that deep bass, and it's sort of hard to get away from that deep bass in the Sony, even adjusting the equalizer. And so, that being said, the Sonys have a deeper, fuller sound than the Surface. The Surface isn't bad. You're not going to say, "Boy, that just doesn't cut it." They're pretty good, but they lag a little bit behind the Sonys. But that difference in lag behind is not nearly as great as the difference between the Sony and the Bang & Olufsen's sound. There's a greater difference there. The B&O sound is substantially better. They just are, and so I have to give that to B&O. How about the sound on call and video? They're all very good. The Sony's been dinged a little bit in reviews for not having the greatest of microphones. Certainly an improvement from the MX3 model or XM3 model, but the fours are good. I don't really have an issue with the call quality, both either receiving the calls or on the other end, people hearing me. But I think the B&Os are slightly better from what I can tell, but the Surface are even better. So the Surface has I think excellent call quality. From somebody receiving the call and how much noise. Some excellent videos out there on that. I think the Jabras were really great at that. So are the Bose, but again, I would say the Microsoft Surface headphones 2 are really good at that, and then followed behind then by the B&O and then the Sonys, but they all do a decent job at that. Noise cancellation. So no one beats Sony. It's just the way it is. I mean, it's unbelievable the how they do noise canceling. I can get on John Deere lawnmower zero turn, which is pretty damn loud, and I mean it reduces that engine sound to like a tick 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 tick. It's unbelievable. So if you want the best in noise canceling, the Sonys are what you get. But on the other hand, the Beoplay is very good, and you can adjust it by simply turning the dial, and I like that. So I don't think you'll be unhappy with the noise canceling with the Beoplay or the Microsoft Surface. They both do a very good job at canceling noise. But one thing I will say that I have to give the Surface points for is that you can adjust the noise canceling while you're on Zoom calls and phone calls, and you can't do that on the Beoplay. Noise canceling is eliminated. It's disabled during that, and so you get kind of a loud. You get some background on that, and the same thing with the Sony's. They don't reduce. So I do give the Microsoft credit for that, and so that's an important piece, practically speaking. So the last, speaking of practicality, is cost. So the Sony's are about $100 cheaper, or I'm sorry, $100 more expensive than the Microsoft. So you get the least expensive with the Microsoft Surface 2s, at $100 cheaper than the Sony's. And then you've got several $100 difference, higher in price with the B&Os. And so overall, in terms of a combination headphone, I don't think you can beat the Microsoft Surface 2s. They have excellent sound quality. The functionality is best in class in terms of going from one device to another. The dials adjust easily. They're comfortable. The noise canceling is good. The music is good. Not great, but good. I'd say, very good. And so for $100 more with the Sony, you go from very good to very good plus on the music, but you lose a lot of the connectivity ease that you get with the Surface, and some of the functionality is better on the Surface. So yeah, I can't really justify the Sony's. They're going to have to go back. Now, what about the Beoplay? Well, I don't think they're going to cut it for business work. They can do it, but again, the connectivity issue is not great. I have to turn off my Bluetooth on my phone when otherwise there's some interference when I'm doing a Zoom call. So they'll do in a pinch, but the Surface, they just are the best all around. But the sound quality for the music is just so exceptional on the B&Os that they may be worth keeping just for that. Now, I wanted headphones that would serve a dual purpose, pleasure and business. So I don't know. I've got some decisions to make here, and I'm definitely keeping the Microsoft Surface 2s. I think they serve exactly what I want in terms of business use, and they're good listening to music. It's just a question of, do I want the truly best in class musical sound of the B&Os? So I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I appreciate you listening. We'll get back to some boot and cigar videos as we go. But that's what I got tonight. So, all right, take care. Say goodbye, Jenny. Oh, Jenny.